Sorry, let me pull some stuff aside. All right. So this meeting is being recorded. So just please be aware of that. It is being recorded. I am going to walk through kind of how the plan works. I'm going to walk through what is new for 2025. And then I will take questions, okay? As we go through the different events, you can come off mute and ask me a question too. That's totally fine. But kind of let me get through how the plan works first, and then I'll ask like, hey, do you have any questions as we go through? So you don't have to save it out for the end. But obviously, if you have a very specific question, maybe hold that for the end. Like if you're like, what should my company do? That is a one-on-one Rachel, your company conversation. All right, here we go. So the CAICA North chapter uses a tool called the marketing plan. We release this marketing plan next Monday. It is for the entire 2025 year. Okay. So how it works is you go through this plan and you decide what you want to sponsor, and whatever that adds up to indicates your level for the year. And there are reasons why you want to do this. For one, your logo gets listed on almost all of our events digitally. Like when people go through the registration process, there's like the listing of the sustaining sponsors. So even if you didn't sponsor like that specific event, your logo is still being flashed in front of their eyes. You also get on our giant pop-up that we tend to bring to every single event. You get your logo gets listed on the PowerPoints that get looped every single event, even if you're not a sponsor. Sorry, I have to turn off this like people coming in sound. It's with me. And there's a lot of other things that you get included on. I would say the biggest benefit to doing this is not just the discount that you could potentially get. If you get to the higher levels, you get a discount 5%, 7.5%, 10%. I would say the better option for this is one, you don't miss out on something you want, because a lot of these things sell out with this marketing plan. Our golf tournament specifically is one of the big ones, ladies tea, those events. We try to make sure that we are not devaluing our sponsorship for your ROI. So things sell out because we are not selling more sponsorships than we think will have manager, homeowner, or buyers in the room. Okay. So, and we're a chapter of, we just reached over 400 members. We're growing continually, which is great. We want to continue to see the growth. But we also don't want to sell so it's just not worth your money, right? So that's kind of our motto. The other thing that I think you should do the marketing plan for, if I was a business partner, is that I basically become your manager for CAI for this chapter specifically. If you pre-register, I then pre-register you for every event. So before it goes live, I pre-register you. You get a confirmation email. You typically get an email from me that says, hey, this is what you sponsored. Don't forget. I do put a disclaimer in there that that's not my responsibility. Okay. You need to remember what you sponsored. Okay. But I tend to try to do that. So basically you're set up for the whole year with us if you do this, because then I just basically run everything for you and say, you're registered. Here's when to show up. Here's what you bring. It's much easier on you because I'm assuming that many of you are working in a lot of different industry associations, possibly even different CAI chapters. So we're trying to streamline this for you. So this is the overall way it works. You choose what items you want from the different events. They add up to a certain amount. You either get a discount or you don't. And then you have to pay for all of those items by the end of January. And I have done payment plans. So we do like, I've done where like, it's like, hey, charge my card $500 a month until the end of January. And that's fine, right? Can do. But you do need to set that up with me in advance, and you cannot set it up with me like on January 31st. Okay. Are there any questions on how the overall plan works? I know I kind of ran through that fast, but I feel like a lot of you that I'm seeing on here kind of know the deal. So
cleared up a lot for me already.
great. Awesome. 2,000 is the minimum spend. You cannot participate in the plan without spending the minimum 2,000. That is the min. Again, that does include all of the, like, doesn't matter what your level is. It still includes the pop-up, still includes, where you are on the pop-up is different. Still includes all of the, online marketing, PowerPoint, etc. It's not about how much you spend for that, but you do have to meet a minimum for me to manage your life for you, basically. And we do not sell individual tickets. That is another thing I have been asked before. Can I buy a ticket for every luncheon with my marketing plan because I'm only sponsoring, like, or I'm not only, but like I'm choosing to only participate in the networking events for my sponsorship money, right? I cannot do that. It's too much to manage. If prices change, like if our vendors change, like I can't manage individual tickets. So if you do not sponsor an event, you will need to, and you want to come, you will need to manage that on your own. Any questions on that? Cool. I'm trying to be as thorough as possible. All right. So we do offer a social media marketing sponsorship. It is once a quarter. You are responsible for sending me the image, the graphics that you want to use, and the text. Okay. And all of that, I think I have it be due at the end of January or February. You get till February. So if you do want to be a social media sponsor, you see them every once in a while on our page. Our page is continually growing. I think we have 50% more followers on all of our accounts than we do members. It's crazy. So if you are interested in that, please be aware that you will need to do those graphics yourself and you will need to submit them. The virtual board leader course. This is a once a year course. It's 3 days online. You can sponsor that. The nice thing about it is that it is being run all year round. This was the first year we piloted that program, and we sell tickets to that webinar where your logo is on. I want to say at least like 3 to 5 a month, which is great for us, for homeowner leaders. So that is one that lasts the whole year in terms of your logos going out. And you get to come online during the actual thing and like say who you are and what you do. We've rebranded the coffee breaks. We are going to still have 4. We call these kind of like the lunch and learns. So if you sponsor this coffee break, you get to do a 10-minute presentation on what you do, on, I've had some really great ones done by Bear where they go into like the paint. I had a good one done by Brightview where they go into like good drought resistant landscaping. And then we record those, cut them, and they live on our YouTube channel. You also are the provider of a $5 Starbucks gift card for every homeowner leader and manager who attends that. So they all get a Starbucks gift card that says thank you from Dunn Edwards Paints or whatever, right? So those are also good ones. We only do 4 because they're virtual and they are 30 minutes. Education sponsorships. We do an event sponsor. That's the 6-foot table. This is where people get really confused. So the event sponsor is the 6-foot table. We only sell 8 per luncheon and we sell 15 for the mini expo. That's the 6-foot. You can bring in marketing items. You can do a raffle prize. You're listed as an event sponsor, etc. Now, the half table sponsors, that's still a sponsorship. It's for 5 or 10. You also can bring in a raffle prize, but it does not include that 6-foot table. Now, you are allowed to decorate your half or full table in the room because it will have a sign with your logo on it, pre-reserved and everything. So you are allowed to do that. Since we're talking about the educational luncheons, if you are a diamond sponsor of the chapter, you are allowed to bring a raffle prize to any event you want, whether or not you've sponsored it. So if you are a diamond partner, you are allowed to come to any of the events and bring a raffle prize if we're doing raffle prizes for that event. Okay, so that's why you see like the cupcakes for Bait Allen and Jacobson at every luncheon, etc., because they're diamonds. We also have the pens, notepad, and lanyard sponsorship. Those are individuals for the whole year. It's not per event. If you do decide that you're like, I want to do the pen sponsorship, you cannot also do notepad or lanyard. You would have to pick one. Okay. The Buzz newsletter underneath that, that's our monthly chapter newsletter. It goes out monthly. It has updates monthly for events that are going on. If something's happening in the chapter, we have a fantastic open rate for that. It's 45%, which if you know anything about open rates, that's ridiculously like high. People like it, which is great. So that's just your logo on there. We do offer, if you do the whole year, it's $1,000, so you save $200. But again, it's just your logo being in front of them. Sorry, are there any questions on any of the 2 pages I've talked about so far? All right, Ladies Tea is moving to Union Brick in Roseville. Um, it was a very tough decision, but the old sugar mill basically increased our cost to be there by 50%. So the committee did go out. They looked at many venues. I think Unionbrook is going to be a great location for us. We did not increase any of the pricing for ladies' tea this year, so nothing has increased from last year. So that's pretty much it. It's just that it's moving, but the pricing is the same. Does anyone have any question about ladies' tea? Cool. Look at you guys know what you're doing. Why am I even here? Okay. The happy hour golf tournament is our mini golf tournament. It is a 9-hole golf tournament. It is going to be back in Roseville at the Timber Creek Golf Course. We already have a contract. It will be on Thursday, May 29th. All of this is in the packet. The calendar is also already available. If you want the calendar like now, you can email me and I'll send it to you if you didn't see that email. We did one thing where we broke out one of the holes from the package options, and the holes did increase because this event does cost us a lot because it's a very nice venue. But we really liked it and we heard great feedback. The one thing I will let you know, the committee heard you, and we are going to be having heavier food for the evening portion for after the tournament. We're going to be doing much heavier food. We're not going to do appetizers. We're going to do like a full, like burgers, pizza, whatever, like full. So we did hear that. Any other questions on happy hour? Oh, for our golf tournaments, in case you don't know, we do try to get an ABC license. We have been successful getting an ABC license for a year, but I have to just say we try in case things change with the ABC, which means that if you are a sponsor who is allowed to bring in an alcohol item, you can purchase it at Costco and bring it in. That's what that means, is that we have we've traded the liquor liability with the event location and we are taking the liability on and we have secured it with the state. This is essentially what that means. Yes, Zach.
Is I'm sure it's on the calendar, which I do need, but is it going to be at the same time? I heard feedback that most of the other golf tournaments are they start earlier in the day and just for heat, it was just it was so hot.
The committee did discuss that, and we did ask the course. Unfortunately, because we're not doing a full course buyout, it doesn't work for a lot of the golf courses to do the morning time. We did ask. It was really hot this year. We do know that. Sorry, my dogs are. Anyway, but no, unfortunately, it will be at the same time. It will be a happy hour version.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Any other questions on happy hour golf while I go close my door? Get a corgi. They're lazy. No, they're not. Okay. CLAC annual sponsor. So, CLAC is the California Legislative Action Committee. All of the chapters in California for CAI have a requested allocation to support them. They are our advocate at the Capitol. So we've got a lot of legislation for HOAs. This is a partnership that we do to help us meet that goal to support them. Okay, so you get inclusions with this, with the annual partnership. You'll get tickets to the event that is now associated with CLAC, which I will get into. This is a separate pop-up all on its own that we bring to every event, or we try to. And these are like the different prices, and it talks about CLAC. If you do the platinum one, you also get like a letter that your company can use that says, that's from the board, that says like you've supported this organization. Some of them come with social media shout outs. Some of them come with like, I think signature logos or something. Yes, this is CLAC. And it has an arrow pointed down because this is the big change, okay? There is no more Corks for CLAC event. We looked at the Corks for CLAC event, and while it served us very well for a long time, we are trying to do a more community-focused event. So here's what's happening. The Bags and Brews event is still happening. Don't freak out. Still in August. But it will have an additional carnival aspect. We have hired a carnival company who, for all of the sponsorships that I will go through on the marketing plan, will come in and set up for you for the most part. And we're going to try to market it as more of a family-friendly, inclusive event. So there'll be the cornhole tournament, and there will also be this carnival happening. So it's going to be bigger. It will be back at Drake's the Barn. We have reserved more of the space at Drake's the Barn, along with more of the tables that are where all the food was this year. This company has really good reviews. I've been working with them for like 3 months to kind of like figure out what would work for us. So if you look at the sponsorship document, it starts off with Bags and Brews. So this is the Bags and Brews portion, the cornhole portion. Okay. I don't think that anything has changed on here except that we have opened it up to 20 teams. These sell really fast. This is a team for 2. Okay. For cornhole. These sell really fast. We've opened it up to 20. They did add a bag sponsor, so you can get logoed bags for the cornhole event. They added a Champion Awards board sponsor, so you can get a custom logo board that you can then take home. They can take home as a part of their prize. You can use. It's cool. And then one thing I do want to say about the cornhole portion that always gets confused, even though I put it everywhere, the manager 6-pack is for attendance only. It is not to play. So we price it at $300 for 6 people because it's supposed to be 2 vendors, 2 business partners from your company, and then 4 managers or homeowner leaders. So it's priced at $300 because it's priced at the manager price because we want you to bring them, which is we've seen an increased attendance. So our first cornhole tournament, I think we had 50. Last year we had around 80, and this year we had 130 registered. So this is kind of showing you where we're at. So we're hoping for 150 next year. That's the goal. So these are the additional items for the carnival that we've contracted with. So I laid them all on a page because I'm very visual, so I figured you would be too. So this is kind of what they look like, and then on the next page, it correlates to what they are, what's included. Tear down and purchase a booth is going to be done by us. We're hiring a company. You don't have to worry about it. All of the sponsorships will come with a T sign, like at golf, that you stake into the ground that has your logo on it next to the carnival booth. So even if you bring in all your marketing stuff, which I hope you would, that will also be there. You are allowed to do carnival prizes for a lot of these booths options, etc. I'm not going to run through all of these because they're all new. So if anyone has any specific questions, please let me know.
So on these, you have signage in front if you do the sponsorship. Are you expected to be, it's fully staffed by the event company?
Well,
then,
no. So it's set up and everything like that. The shark, for example, will be fully staffed and run by the event company. But if you end up doing like one of these booths, like the ring toss, we expect you to be the one repping. And we will also be mitigating this for you. So we've discussed bracelets to mark our attendees as who are our attendees, and then attendees will be given a certain number of tickets to go to the booth, so you're not going to be getting like repeat, and we should have a good accurate count of how many will be there. I'm hoping a month before the event. We're hoping to really start marketing this early.
Rachel, it's
Yeah.
Wendy. Quick question. Can you go down back to the other page where it's like, okay. So I was just looking, so like the popcorn booth. So you provide the machine, but then we would bring the popcorn and the bags and everything else.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Because the idea would be that you would have logoed bags,
Right,
or
right, yeah.
that you could. You would not have to. If it was me, I would have logo bags. Yes. So this is new. This is new. No more corks for clack. It is a little sad, but there's still beer. There is a full bar for hard alcohol and stuff on site at Drake's too. We also have, if you've never been to Bags and Brews, we have our own bar in our section. We did not see any issue with the time it took to get alcohol this year, but if it looks like we're getting towards 200 people, we will add another bartender. We're not going to be running into those issues again. So yeah. Any other comments on this? Questions?
I do have a question,
Yeah.
Rachel. So there is a difference in the bar that we have at the Bags and Brews event versus the bar for the actual venue.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Is there a way to have something similar so that we can order additional items instead of walking over to the other side?
Yeah, we can talk to them about that. We already kind of stretch them based on, because they have to like make a bar essentially because they don't have one there. So I know that a lot of the hard alcohol items and stuff, it also is with our inclusions with them based off how much we've paid per ticket essentially that you get. But I can ask them about that and see, especially if it does look like this is like
bigger, and yeah. Because obviously, if we pay additional, I mean, that's fine. It just makes it more convenient to order everything there versus walk around.
Okay. Yeah, I will make that note and see if I can talk to Ashley about maybe even if we just pay for an additional bartender who runs between the bars.
Oh, yeah. Good idea. Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Actually, I do have one. Sorry,
Yeah.
Rach.
No, it's cool.
It just made me think of it because it's the kind of a carnival-esque atmosphere. I know our neighboring chapter is doing like a family friendly event next year in lieu of our Corks for Clack or our Clack fundraiser. Is this meant to be like kids and family?
Yes, we are going to market it as kids and family. If you are an adult who attends this event, you get 2 children's tickets for free. Is essentially how we're going to market it in like layman's terms. So we're still like working on the marketing of it, but we definitely, since we're combining the legislative support committee and Bags and Brews to work on this event, we are hoping to have it be inclusive of legislators as well, family friendly. We're hoping to have the HOAs, come out more too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, is the idea. So no problem. All right. Golf Classic. So if you want to be a part of the Golf Classic that is in October, I highly recommend purchasing a hole with a marketing plan because there's only 18 of them, right? So they sell very, very quickly. This is how they kind of sell out before the year even starts. I want to apologize, but at the same time, I'm like, oh yay, we at least know people are coming. So the only thing that changed on this one, we have not found a venue yet, but I'm assuming we're going to be back at the Ridge. But that is TBD. It will be on October 13th. It is always on Columbus Day. Our golf tournament, I think this year is the 27th year. Morgan's on here. He can correct me. So many years of doing this on Columbus Day has been a good turnout for us. We are sold out of foursomes for this one, for this year. So I expect it to be the same next year, barring complications. We did raise the whole prices because they sell out. And we raised the whole prices because our venue this year, unanticipated, did almost double the facilities use price, but we are still going to them. So this is just happening. In other associations, you're going to see this too, other industry associations. F&B prices, food and beverage prices, event venue prices, they're all going up right now post-COVID. So just when you look at the pricing, we're not trying to gouge you. We're just trying to like make it the same for us. Okay. Whole sponsors, foursome. These are the whole sponsors and what their inclusions are, how many are available. And then we have additional sponsorship items. Some of these come with a cart that you can drive around every day. Again, we also try to get an ABC license for the day so that you can purchase alcohol elsewhere and bring it in. We cannot guarantee it, but in the past, this is how we have operated. Are there any questions on golf?
Yes, Rachel, I have one.
Yeah.
And did I see that it's now discounted?
Oh, yes. Thank you so much. Okay. So in the past, we had said that you have to take the foursomes out of your price and you only discount. No, we're not doing that anymore. So everything is discounted. You do not need to remove the foursomes anymore from the overall price. It's whatever you land on, like if you get a discount. So let's say I spend, oh my God, math is not my thing. But let's say I spend like $4,000 and if I get 10% off of that, you don't have to pull out the foursome and do the price. It was very confusing for everyone. So now it's just all whatever your total is, take that, times it by whatever the percentage is, and that's your discount. And again, when you send this to me, I'm going to show you the Excel document. But when you send this to me, I check it all over. I put it in the system first. I confirm with you, here's what I got with the discount. Is this what you had? Great. Run it. So, yeah. Any other golf questions? Cool. All right, Gala, nothing has changed here in terms of price, which is great. Or options, I don't think. So our gala is always in December. It's very well attended. We're back at the Higher Regency this year. I have a feeling we might be back there again next year, but don't know. Gala is very fun. If you have not attended it before, I highly recommend that you do. We do sell individual tickets for Gala, and they're not usually limited. So I would check that out. Any other questions on
Rachel,
Gala?
Rachel, was there any discussion on selling the individual tickets on the marketing plan?
No, yes, there was. So I cannot manage it. I cannot manage it. Cannot.
You said that earlier, yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I cannot do it. I know I've
But
been asked multiple people. I can't. It's too much for Rachel to manage. Too much. Because then if you don't show up for one of them, then do you get a credit? And then how do I manage that? But then like I thought you were coming. It's sorry. That's the one. That's my hard line. But other than that, I'll be your secretary for all of these events. Fun fact, Diamond sponsors are allowed to bring a raffle prize. The voice and the directory. We hire an external company who manages this for us. Okay. You do not send this information to Rachel. Any advertisement for the magazine or the directory needs to go through E&M, but it does count towards your level of sponsorship with us, as long as you buy one thing from the marketing plan. Right. So if you're like, I like ads, I don't want to buy a $200 green sponsorship for the golf tournament, and then it counts. Okay. But if you only do ads with E&M, it doesn't count. Cool. Okay. And these are their correct 2025 listing prices. They're always available to talk to you guys if you have any questions. Yeah, but these do not come to Rachel. You tell me how much you're going to spend so I can calculate your level, but you don't pay me. Don't pay me. We have website advertisements. These are annual. This is the cost for annual. So you buy the homepage for the advertisement. It's yours for the year. That's it. These also are discountable, etc. The E&M marketing advertisements are not discountable because that's with them, not with us. Okay, before I forget that. We also have a new service provider community. If you are a business partner member of this chapter, you should have access to this. If you're having trouble accessing it, please let me know. This was brand new. It just launched in July. And then we always have this consent page. This gives me all the information that I need for you. If your company wants to send a check, that is fine. I will reserve it all. And then you will get an invoice sent to you digitally through the system, and then you can send us a check. As long as that check is to me before January 31st, we're cool. Okay? You do not need to pay me on the spot to reserve your items, but please do not take advantage of that. Okay? Please do not take advantage of the fact that you are allowed to reserve your items with me, and then you come back to me and you're like, oh, I need to remove like 5 things, because I will remember. Please don't do that. Another couple of things just in general about the marketing plan, and I guess about me. Please don't make me chase you. Okay. I do a lot of reminding about please send me your guest names. You know, you're registered for this, but please don't make me chase you. Please don't make me chase you for money. I hate it. I hate it. Please do not do that. I am better over email than I am on the phone. I'm typically faster because I am doing 500 things at once. And if I can respond to your email faster, I'm not usually always looking at my phone. I know I'm a millennial. I'm not usually looking at my phone. So if you have a quick question, send me an email. If you want to talk on the phone, just know it's going to take me longer to get back to you because I have to actually stop everything that I'm doing to get on the phone for some reason. So also registration tables are great. If you want to do a registration table, I think that they're great because it's a lot of back end work on my end for me to like get all your stuff in. But for you, it's great because you can go here, come get your CEUs with me. Here, manager, come with me. How many in your office? Blah, blah. I think registration tables are great. And the companies that I've seen make it work, really make it work. What other in the pricing at ed luncheons. If you are a sustaining sponsor, you are a business partner sponsor, sustaining sponsor. So what I mean by that, even if you didn't sponsor that ed program, if you're a sustaining sponsor, you can come into the program at the lower price because we had to raise because F&B, again, we had to raise all of our prices this year. So just remember that because I see that a lot. And then suitcasing policy. Okay. It's a line. If you did not sponsor that specific event, please do not suitcase at that event. If you sponsored that event, you're allowed to have your flyers, you're allowed to have, your business cards, everything. If you did not sponsor, you are allowed to wear a logo shirt. We're not, I know some chapters are like, absolutely not. I am not monitoring that. So you are allowed to wear a logo shirt. If someone is having a conversation with you and they're like, hey, can I have your information? They can have a business card. Do not stand at the door with your business cards. Do not put business cards on seats. Okay, you will get in trouble. Don't get in trouble. I think that's all I got. Are there any questions? I know I've tried to like keep it to the 30 minutes that I told you it was going to be.
Solid effort.
Huh?
Solid effort. Solid effort.
Solid effort. 31.
Rachel, I have a question for someone that couldn't be here. They
Yeah.
asked how they would get the recording.
Oh, I am going to cut it and post it to YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'll
Can you,
I'll-
if I send you an email, will you just send, like, I'll copy the vendor on it and you can email them the link?
Yep, not a problem.
Thank you. Perfect.
Easy peasy. But it will be on YouTube either later today or tomorrow morning or Thursday.
Real
Yeah.
quick, if I'm getting 2 different tables for the educational luncheon, how do I request a date, or do you
Oh, thank you for that. Let me show you. I forgot to show you the Excel document. So when you get the plan, there's a separate Excel document for you to plug all this in. I didn't show it to you. So this will come with the plan. It's a separate download in the email with the plan. And you go through and you put it all in, and it has all the formulas here for you. So it'll add it all up for you. And then it'll tell you the totals for the 2-page and your total, and total. And then as you go down, you can plug this in and then figure out what your percentage is, and it'll give you your total. And then you can put all of your information in here. So the only thing I need from you is this document and your consent page. That's it. I have had people who are on the road when they get the marketing plan and they respond to the email and they say, hey, I want this, and this. I accept that. So if that is your case, we moved the marketing plan release from Tuesday to Monday because I forgot there was a Stockton luncheon next week. So for Bay Area. So if you are on the road and you're like, okay, I'm seeing the plan, this is what I want, and you just need to reply to me, then I will send you what I got via that email. You will need to confirm it with me, and then you will still need to send me a consent page that says that you understand that, like, we are not responsible for act of God. We are not responsible for, like, injury. Another thing is if you do get sick and it's within the right time limit for the sponsorship, like pre-marketing, if it's a sponsorship, we can give you a credit towards another event in that year. We do not do refunds. Anything else? No? All right. This is coming out next week on Monday at 11 a.m.
Thanks, Rach. That was awesome.
No problem.
Thanks, Rachel.
Have a good day.
Thanks so much.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No problem.
Thanks, Rachel. Awesome.